Good morning, all you beloveds, including you, beloved, in our Facebook audience. We are so privileged to have you here with us today. I am Chris Nelson, your Unity Chaplain on duty today, and I really appreciate being able to do this with you. Today, before we enter into the silence, I'm going to read a little excerpt from Your God-Given Potential by Reverend Wilkinson Hosman. Let there be love. Everybody loves something or someone, sometime, somewhere, somehow. Love must play a part in the life of every individual. It is our nature to love. Love is a part of life and living, and without love, people perish. And those who are seeking to unfold all the faculties under God's direction, we can be guided into the right use and development of this power. As we let divine interpretation of love unfold in our lives, we will find that it opened doors to experience God's good, above and beyond anything we have ever thought possible. In spirit, love is pure essence of being that binds together the whole human family. And personally, I would add the animals, the plants, the rocks, the mountains. So love has no limits. As we let the divine interpretation of love unfold into our lives, we will find that it opens doors to experience God's good, above and beyond anything we ever thought possible. Love is, love continues to be, just as the sun continues to shine. Whether or not we know it is there, whether or not we can see it, whether or not we believe in it. On the level of mind in the human plane, love, or oneness, a sense of identification, is the power that draws people together as families and friends. Also in mind, at a higher level of development, it can be the inner light that enables us to see good in all persons, to identify with the higher nature of individuals, even when they fail to express it. As Charles Fillmore explains this, love is the inner quality that sees good everywhere and in everybody. It insists that all is good, and by refusing to see anything but good, it causes that quality finally to appear uppermost in itself in all things. It is not necessary for us to like all that we see in the world. We do not have to agree with wrong things that people do. But regardless of appearances, we must love the Christ or God in all persons and all things. We must, because it is our nature to love and because He first loved us. So I invite you to take into the silence that love is that is surrounding us right here, right now, and let it embrace you. As we return from the silence, I invite you to open yourself and embrace yourself with all the love that God is sending you. And now, send it to Reverend Denese, Kelly, our wonderful pianist, our fabulous tech team, and all the volunteers that are here today providing service so that we may really know this love. And as you go out today into the refreshed world, remember this love, take it with you, and share it expansively, because it is God's good for us to be expressions of His love to the world. And so it is.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper to my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray.
Thank you, Kelly. Beautiful. A Daniel Nemad song, yes. I got to spend the weekend with him this weekend at the Northwest Unity Conference. It was so delightful. Thank you. So beautiful. Well, good morning. Happy to see some of you this morning. And I know we're having our men's retreat, so we're missing quite a few folks going to that. So bless you, men, at your retreat. We're so grateful. And so this week, we're continuing with the 5 gifts of abundant living. But we also have a beautiful gift today. I'm going to do a short little talk, and then Rabbi Ted's going to join with the talk and bring us a celebration of Rosh Hashanah and other Jewish traditions. So I'm so grateful he's here with us. So let's just take a minute to get into our hearts. If you'll just place your hand there for a second. Take that beautiful breath and just feel the Holy Spirit here and now breathing you. And so we align our seeing with yours, God. We soften any defenses we hold. Allow us to feel your peace, your love, your light. Allow us to focus our lives on what matters. Thank you. And so it is. And so our mission continues to be a simple idea, practical spirituality, welcoming community. We hope that all of you felt welcomed on your way in, and even those online, we hope that you feel as welcomed as well. We have an invocation that will show up on your slide. We like to say this all together as invoking this idea together. Though imagined and named variously, there is a singular and eternal ground of being from which all life emanates and into which all life retreats. We choose to call this ground of being God. By extension, we come to understand that we are spiritual in nature and limitless in potential. We gather today to remember such truths and to celebrate our unity and to honor all life. And our core value and value statement, this one is, the core value is oneness of all life. So let's say this together. We teach the unity of all life, transcendent of culture, era, or religion, or lack thereof. So we want to welcome those that might be here for the first time. And if you are, we're grateful for your presence. We invite you to raise your hand, and we have an ambassador that would love to support you. There's our ambassador. Finding your way today, whether it's just finding our bookshop or the hospitality room or just how we can get you what you're needing today. Is there anybody here for the first time? If you'll just raise your hand. Oh, welcome. So grateful. Thank you. So our ambassadors will come and bring a gift to you. We have a welcome packet, and in there is also a gift to get to our bookshop, but they'll also find you after the service. And also, the rest of us will also be including you in this welcoming experience. Thank you for joining us today. And some of you online might be here for the first time as well, so we welcome you. We're grateful for you stopping in electronically. But there's a few people that do have their name in the queue. There's Ursula from Cocoa, Florida, William from Essequa, Jennifer, we know Jennifer, yeah. She's not feeling well today. Hello, say hello to Jennifer, yeah. Bless you. So grateful you're with us, Jennifer, and Barbara. And there's a few people out, with some crud today, so we bless them all and hold them in holy space. Let's say good morning to our friends online by looking over at this camera and saying, welcome, friends. Welcome. We are so glad you're with us today. You are the light of the world. Thank you for being here. Great. All right, so now we're going to do our congregational song.
All right. We're going to do Pour Yourself in Me. There'll be some words on the screen. And we'll do each set of words 2 times, so you can listen the first time if you want, or just join right in. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. Pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy. Pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart. Whoa, wonderful Spirit, let's shine a light. Shine your light in me. Shine your light into my heart. Wonderful Spirit, shine a light. Shine your light in me. Shine your light into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, let's express peace. Express your peace in me. Express your peace into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit, express your peace in me. Express your peace into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit. We'd like to give you a chance to meet and greet with your neighbors. So please stand as you're able and say hello to someone this morning. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. You'd like to take your seats? It's actually really beautiful to watch everybody greet and hug from up here. Yeah. Okay, good morning. My name's Sally West, hi, and I'm happy to serve as your platform host today, this last weekend of summer. Welcome to Unity in Lynnwood as we transition seasons, enjoying the return of rain and autumnal colors. Didn't you just love that rain? We really needed it. Unity is a place that affirms each person's spiritual and life journey, no matter your religious or cultural background. We celebrate all genders, sexual orientations, and family structures. Inclusion is what Unity is all about, because we focus on the shared inner essence of being. Just as each season brings its own beauty, we see diversity as a tapestry expressing the bright colors of human experience and potential. Whoever you are, if your heart is willing to open, this community is a place to call home. Now, I've been traveling lately, and a fellow traveler noticed my tendency to call wherever we happen to be staying that day home, even in a foreign country. This comment led me to begin pondering about the meaning of home. So I offer a little meditation on home. What is home to you? Shelter? Protection? Your personal nest? A place to share with those nearest and dearest? Home is a place of comfort, where we can be ourselves without pretense. It is our own creation, filled with what we like, our own furniture, mementos of our lives. And yet, home is more than a place. Home is resonance. Have you ever felt the resonance of home in a place you've never been before? A feeling of love and gratitude in the face of a beautiful sunset. A sense of stillness and wonder while listening to waves on the shore. A calling within from wind in the trees. They are calling you home to yourself. Home is my focal point within. In a turbulent world, it is my homing beacon to calm and peace. Home is all around us. Home fills us. Home is our birth, life, and death. Strip away all the dross, and we're always home. Perhaps home is another way of seeing spirit. We come from oneness. We're going home to oneness. And if we let ourselves feel connection to spirit, everything in between is oneness too. We are cradled in love, and there is no greater sense of home than that. Let it be. And so it is.
Things are changing around me now. The things I knew are unfamiliar somehow. Nothing is certain, it seems so strange. Nothing is certain except for the change. I've got to rise a little higher, set my soul free. Rise a little higher, now I can see. Like a river flowing ever to a greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the change carry me. Letting go of all of my plans, they slip away like water through my hands. No place to anchor, I'm drifting at sea. The waves of change are rolling over me. I've got to rise a little higher, set my soul free. Rise a little higher, now I can see. Like a river flowing ever to the greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the change carry me. Everything is changing always. Let it move you. Let it lift you higher, higher, to the place you've dreamed but never knew. Carry me into the unknown, far from the comforts and the cages of home. Without my past, without my shame, a new horizon is calling my name. I've got to rise a little higher, set my soul free. Rise a little higher, let the flame carry me. Like a river flowing ever to the greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the change carry me. I can rise a little higher, set my soul free. Rise a little higher, now I can see. Like a river flowing ever to the greater sea. I can rise a little higher, let the change carry me. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. So beautiful, beautiful. Love having that. Thank you. Well, we are continuing briefly with the 5 Gifts of Abundant Life, and this is the book. Today's the day to register. Barbara and I will be out in the Friendship Hall getting your sign-ups and the books. We do have a gratitude journal offered for free, and even if you don't want to take the class or aren't able, please take a gratitude book because we'll have a lot left over. So I'm so excited to be here today, and I get to listen to Rabbi Ted in a moment, so I'm trying to hurry along. Because he usually speaks when I'm not here, so it's such a treat for me to be with him. So this is our second week. Last week we did gratitude was the first week, and remember, it is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. That we are here to live abundant life. Jesus says, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. He didn't ask us to come here and be poor and in solitude. It's about living abundantly in every area of our lives. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, turn it on. What a great idea, Cameron. Other way. There we go. So, abundance is a consciousness we practice, not a condition we chase. So it's a consciousness we practice, not something we're trying to grab, okay? It's these gifts that we're looking at are repeatable practices that align us with the divine supply that already is. Last week we talked about gratitude from Eric Butterworth's perspective. He said, gratitude's not a reactionary emotion, it's a causative energy. It's not something we express only when things are going well. It's a way of life, an attitude of the heart. Great. And so, briefly, I'll just say, a few years ago, I made some intentions, and I know many of you do that too. And an intention is an idea of how I want to be in the world. It's not so much do, but it's being in the world. So I made an intention, today I will walk in peace. And at that time, a few years back, there was a lot of turmoil and conflict. I think we were in some sort of war. And but what I knew was I couldn't fix the world. I wasn't here to win all the debates. I just wanted to be expression of peace. And so that intention supported me in moving beyond the old behaviors of reacting to the news, of reacting to an email that was, challenging, reacting to people that don't agree with me. There's a lot of those people. No, that's not true. But it helped me center myself into knowing what matters most. And so I wanted to walk in peace. And today is the International Day of Peace. How many of you knew that? Yes, look at all these peace lovers. Well, if you didn't, it started in 1981. United Nations declared it to be a sanctioned holiday. And so today, if you'll join with me in walking with peace. Thich Nhat Hanh wrote a book called Peace is Every Step. And if you've ever worked with him or gone to one of his workshops, that's what he does. He walks in peace. The next slide was about what Jesus is teaching us. He says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So seek ye first the kingdom of God is get into the consciousness of God, get into the consciousness of all that is, and aligning with that awareness, seek first of recognizing to stay in the intention and alignment with the one presence. So there's three little truths that come out of this teaching. Attention fuels intention aims. So attention is really what we're feeding right now. We're putting our attention together right here in this room. But our intention is pointing you where you want to go. The second truth is state before strategy. That is state of consciousness before we move our feet. When we choose our state, like the state of peace, the state of grace, the state of clarity, the state of generosity, then wisdom about what to do or strategy comes from that intention. So consciousness first, marching second. Yeah. And then this third one is intention and integrity creates this momentum. So giving you an example, like riding a bike. Let's say you're going down a windy trail, and here's the intention. My aim is to ride safely while enjoying the beauty of the trail. I don't know how many of you have been holding onto the handlebars, so afraid you're going to fall off that you forgot to look at the beauty, right? So the aim is to ride safely, but enjoying the beauty. So the attention fuels it, and the intention sort of aims our idea. So with that in mind, we keep our eyes on the clear path ahead, not on the rocks, right? Looking for the clear paths ahead, and then my attention goes there. My bike follows where my attention goes. And so as far as our state of consciousness before pedaling, we probably want to take a deep breath. We want to get centered. We want to feel a sense of safety, that Spirit's with us, and respond wisely to curves and not be anxious, And then intention and integrity and momentum. So honoring our intention, we ride safely, we enjoy the ride, not forgetting that part, not just not exercise, but we want to enjoy the beauty of God's landscape. And so these simple truths are just part of our book, and it fuels all these ideas. And there's so much to learn and be and do. And as I said, a lot of what's in this book is not new. But imagine what would happen if we as a community practiced them all together, right? Encouraging each other to place our attention on what truly matters, our values. And we ground ourselves in this peace before rushing out into action. So we do this as individuals, and our lives change, which is all about transformation. And we do this as a community, and something greater is born in us and in our community. We create a field of clarity, of compassion, possibility that ripples out to our families, to our community, and to our world. So I invite you to join the class that starts this Wednesday. It's not just about learning tools, it's about walking the path together with the same intentions and awakening to this greater potential that is within us, this divine potential that lives in each of us. So we have scholarships available for anyone who needs that, half off. All you need to do is ask, no questions asked. If you need more than that, just come see me. But we want everyone involved if at all possible. And someone here told me that they have donated a spot, so if you are that person, let me know. So today we're honored to be joined by Rabbi Ted. This is our Jewish local rabbi, I just love to say. And he's joining with other brothers and sisters in the Jewish tradition, sharing the celebration of Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year, which begins the 10 days of awe. And there's this beautiful Hebrew word, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it, but it's kavanah. Is that right, kavanah? Yeah. The intention of the heart, which is perfect today. Ideas, intention of the heart. And the shofar, the ram's horn, is blown usually, and it's the sound of waking up, of awakening, return, and also begin again. So let's give Rabbi Ted a warm welcome, and so grateful for his presence here today. Rabbi Ted, would you join me up here? Yeah. He brought it. Oh, wow. Of course he did. Bless you.
Hey. You know, as I was thinking about what I wanted to share, I started realizing it would take a better part of a week. So I called to make sure that there were meals prepared for everybody. I start with a line with the name of a song that Walayn wrote. called, I should stay here, We Only Have This Moment. And that's the whole thing. I mean, if you remember anything of what I am about to share, or if you remember anything about this spiritual adventure that comes at this time of the year in the Jewish tradition, that's it. We only have this moment. You know that portions of the Torah, portions of the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible are divided and read weekly during the year, so that at the end of every year we've gone through the Torah again. If all we find in it is what we found before, it indicates that we've been stuck. Because it's a spiritual language, it comes through spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings. The essence of a spiritual being is that there are unlimited levels of meaning and unlimited levels of awakening. Unlimited levels. So in my tradition, one of the ways of kind of discovering the level is to see where we are in respect to what has been. The Torah portion that was read yesterday is my favorite Torah portion. If you've been with me through the years, you know that every portion is my favorite Torah portion. But this one is called Nitzavim. It's from the 28th, 29th, and 30th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy. So it's one of the later teachings of Moses, expressed as a teaching of Moses. We are about to enter the promised land. And this one says, Tem nitzavim hayom kulchem lifnei Adonai Elohecha, which is, you are standing here today, all of you, prepared in the presence of God, in the presence of the One. And then it goes on to list, no matter what your profession, no matter what your level of society, no matter what your age, you're here. And not only are those who are here now here, but those who are not yet here are here. In other words, this is talking about a moment which is always now, and there is nothing other than now. Our minds make this clever distinction between past and present and future. And that's all make-believe, because everything's now. Nothing that we experience is not now. Even our tendency to imagine ourselves into some future or into some past. That's all ideas. There's only now. And we're all standing, we're all present in this moment to enter into a covenant. That's what the text continues. And then the question is, what is this covenant? And some verses later it says, V'ha mitzvah hazot, and this commandment that I command you today is not too wonderful for you. It's not far off, that it's not in the heaven that you should say, who can ascend to the heaven for us and get it and bring it back to us so that we can hear? No, it's right here. It's not on the other side of the river that we should say, who can travel to the other side of the water and bring it back to us so that we can hear it and we can do it. No, the matter that it's right here and it's right now, and this is the hardest thing for we humans to get. The hardest thing that we humans to get is that it's now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the energies of the High Holy Days. This is like the 10 days that start with Rosh Hashanah and conclude with Yom Kippur, the Day of At-One-ment. It's like having Easter and Christmas in a 10-day period. Just as in the Christian community, if you're going to go to church, you wind up going on Easter or Christmas. In the Jewish community, if you're going to go to synagogue, you're going to wind up going to synagogue on Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur. If you're not going to go to synagogue, at least you wind up having family dinners, because there's something about the energy of the time, and you can feel it. If you allow yourself, you can feel it. Rosh Hashanah, actually, which most people translate as the beginning of the year. Rosh is head, and Shana is year. It's actually more complicated than that, because head is consciousness. It's an expression in that idiom of consciousness. Shana, which means year, also means change. It's a time for a change in consciousness. It's great. It's always time for a change in consciousness. Like, where are we? Where are we? Where are you? What judgments are you holding on to? What dramas are playing out in your minds? What if all you are actually is here? What if all there actually is now? And the miracle of now is it's always a place of blessing. Ego just goes crazy with that. Wait a minute, it says, this is not okay, and this is not okay, and this is not okay, and if only then it would be okay. And if you've lived long enough, you may have noticed that no matter what happens, there's still if only happening. There's a form of this ego that we identify with. Oh, it can help us handle the physical being. It's not bad. It's just we mistake it for the nature of who we are. And when we do that, we are never in the now. We're always in the might be or in the might have been. Rosh Hashanah calls us to a change in consciousness. And so, in fact, even though specifically the holiday begins tomorrow evening, it's happening right now. It's always happening. The name Rosh Hashanah does not appear in the Bible. It wasn't called Rosh Hashanah. Yom Kippur was called Yom Kippur. Rosh Hashanah was called Yom Teruah, which means the day of the blowing. And this is what was blown. Well, actually, not actually the specific one. It's the oldest wind instrument in our part of the world. It's simple. There's no adornments. It doesn't require an animal to be killed. It is usually taken from a ram, although it can be taken from other clean animals. So that you sometimes see beautiful ones with long, great. I've had this one for many years. We no longer know how words were pronounced 4,000 years ago. You know? All the tape recordings from that time have been lost. We don't know how voices sounded. What was the nature of Moses' voice? You know, was it really Charles Helton? Charles who? Yeah, him. But this is the same sound. It's a sound that echoes through millennia. Whoa. And it echoes through millennia to essentially do the same thing that it did then, and that is, this is a day that calls us to wake up. What else would invite us to change consciousness? What else would invite us to creation? Because change of consciousness is always creation. Rosh Hashanah is perceived as the beginning of it all. And it is. You know that there is a notion in our minds that there must be a creator who created all this. You can quote me on this. There is no creator, because this didn't have a beginning. And this doesn't have an end. Consciousness did not have a beginning. In the story, in the book of Genesis, the first word that's translated in the beginning is Bereshit, and Bereshit is a form of the word Rosh. We're back to consciousness. And consciousness, the nature of consciousness is it is always creating. It can't help it. It's like life. No, creation didn't have a specific beginning because creation is happening always and it will not stop. The forms may shift, sometimes in radical ways, but life is creative, consciousness is creative, and consciousness is neither born nor dies. And each and every one of us is a vehicle for the whole of consciousness. Oh, each and every one of us is a specific, precious vehicle. Consciousness appearing as, that we might witness that consciousness, witness that life, witness that awareness, awakening in each and every being we meet and in all life. Everything is alive. Everything is conscious. Not everything is self-conscious. We are self-conscious. This is the sound. Now, do you need to have somebody tell you what that's about? I mean, yes, this was used as a vehicle for communication. So there are 3 traditional sounds which are in every synagogue in the world shared on the morning of Rosh Hashanah. This would be Tuesday morning this year. 100 sounds. Wake up. So one of the themes of Rosh Hashanah, and one of the themes of the days that follow, Rosh Hashanah begins what's called the 10 days of awe, that conclude with Yom Kippur. One of the themes is forgiveness. Some weeks ago I spoke here about forgiveness, and I have nothing more to say about that. I said everything there is to say about forgiveness. Of course, next time I talk about forgiveness, I'll also say all there is to say about anyway. The function of forgiveness is to free us from the past, and the function of forgiveness is to free us from the future. The function of forgiveness is to allow us to awaken more fully to the now, Because what keeps us from the now are our resentments, our guilts, our judgments. What keeps us from the now are our angers, our fears, our suspicions. What keeps us from the now are our images of negativity in the future or negativity in the past. What keeps us from the now is our belief that we're not the one we are, that we're this fragile ego getting born and waiting to die, rather than we are incredibly sacred vehicles for the one life and the one consciousness of this universe. Through each and every one of us, this awareness expresses itself. And the way to enter into the now is to allow consciousness to express itself the way it naturally does. You know that it's called love. And the love that it's called is not simply romantic love, as wonderful as that is. It is a universal love. Awareness itself, think about it a minute, awareness itself openly allows, openly sees, hears, touches, feels, thinks, it all. It doesn't automatically shut out anything. Awareness itself says yes to everything. That's love. Love is absolute unconditional acceptance of the moment. It's the nature of our being. If we just allow awareness to do what it does, to shine that illumination on this, and to shine that illumination on this. And to know that every time we get caught up in the strangeness of us and them, in the incredible polarizations of our time, and there's always been incredible polarizations of our time, no matter what our time was and no matter what our time will be, because it is the very nature of the separate self to know polarization. The separate self identifying as a separate self, the ego thinks, I've got to watch out, I've got to protect myself in whatever ways. And you know what? We don't need protection. What if you knew, what if you knew you were eternal? What if you knew you got born into this particular form, yes, and you will leave this particular form, yes, and you will not leave. You never have left. The one you are was never born, and the one you are will never die. Any questions? So, you remember when we stood at Sinai? It's all metaphor. We try to communicate from one generation to another through metaphor. The metaphor that kind of is part of the Jewish cycle is moving from enslavement to freedom. You know, so you go through the festival of Passover. where we leave the enslavement of an ancient Egypt, but it's always the enslavement. We carry that with us. Our enslavement is always current. And we venture out into a wilderness and we get to a place beyond our complaining that everything opens up for us. That's that scene at Sinai. Do you remember that scene at Sinai? You were there. You were there. And something extraordinary happened. And if you read the story, knowing its metaphor, if you read the story, the only sound that we heard that called us to awaken to the deep, true nature of who we are was the shofar. If you read the story, this is the only sound there. There was no voice. There was nothing seen. There was the sound. Oh. The sound that said, wake up. It's our natural state to which we are called to awaken. We have a problem always in language. For example, in the unity tradition, often we talk about the Christ presence being within us. And there's a difficulty in language because that somehow makes us separate from the Christ presence. That's not possible. That makes us bigger than the Christ presence. Like the Christ presence is within. No. I am within the Christ presence. You are within God. God is not within you. You are that full awareness. Each and every one of us is that full awareness. Everything is in that. Can you breathe into that? Do I hear an amen? It's interesting because we always amen in Hebrew. Since amen is a Hebrew word, hallelujah is a Hebrew word, we sneak everything in, you know. So I don't really want to talk about Rosh Hashanah, the change of consciousness, the beginning of it. Oh, incidentally, in the calendar, the Jewish calendar, this tomorrow night begins the year 5786. You might want to write that down. Now, on one level, it's seen as the year of creation because they count backwards in the generations in the Bible, to try to figure out when the beginning was. And it's clearly not the beginning of everything because everything is always beginning and everything never began. But it's seen as the beginning of the awakening of consciousness, the awakening of self-aware consciousness. And that is the awakening which gave birth to the spiritual traditions of humankind, because that was the awakening to the fuller nature of who we are. So I don't want to talk about it, I want to do it. I want to do Rosh Hashanah right now, and I want to do the days of awe right now, and I want to challenge you. Just as Reverend Denise challenged you to stay conscious this week, where's the awe in today? And this is not the awe. This is the awe. I mean, look behind me. Don't look at me. Look behind me at the awe. The trees in this place that are going through the absolutely remarkable, beautiful cycle each and every leaf budding in the spring. I mean, it's like this miracle. Consciousness buds, continually buds in unique forms. And then through the months of its leafness, it feels the winds, it feels the rain, God bless more rain. It feels the heat, it feels the sun, it feels the wind. And then it feels the cooling of the days, the shortening of the days. And the color, the green, starts to let go. And you start having this dance of just, again, absolute beauty. And then the leaf does not go, uh-oh. The leaf goes, okay, and continues its cycle. I mean, if you really pay attention, the leaf actually doesn't die. It becomes part of the whole in a different way. And the tree doesn't mourn, just like each leaf doesn't mourn, because the whole thing's going to continue leafing. This is really a remarkable adventure. Rosh Hashanah is the beginning of a change of consciousness. Whenever it happens, it could happen right now. Change of consciousness is an awakening to the now. That's what it is. Everything is now. And it matters whether we are awake. Yes, it matters to how we are and how we experience life, and it matters to all who are around us. We create a vibration. The healing of this deep polarization, well, it's only going to happen when we start awakening beyond the belief in polarization. Everybody's doing their best. Everybody's acting their part. Everybody feels justified in whatever they're thinking and whatever they're doing. And what we share with everyone is that. And if we could just get it through our heads, everybody's just doing their act. What if I meet it with awareness? What if I meet it with love? What if I meet it with acceptance? Oh, not to get run over, to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, but not to add more separation, not to add more fear. So at the end of Yom Kippur, there's one blast on the shofar. And in response to this blast, we are at Sinai. We are called to wake up. So I invite you to enter into a few moments of silence and find yourself in the echo of this shofar.
So take a breath with me. And as we open our eyes, we feel that awakening right now. That something has shifted. Thank you, Rabbi Ted, for that beautiful shift, for that beautiful teaching. So blessed, so grateful. So Sally, I'm inviting you back up to, as we move forward through this service, now we do our offering.
As we prepare to give, we remember that every gift we share is an act of love, a way of saying yes to the work of Spirit here at Unity in Lynnwood and in the world. Your generosity helps us create a place of belonging, peace, and transformation for all who enter. We invite you to give from the heart, knowing that as you give, you also receive. For in God's economy, love always multiplies. If you are in our Givers Circle, and you give automatically or electronically, and would like to bless the offering with a blue stone, raise your hand. Ushers, please come forward.
At the altar of love, all that I am, I offer at the altar of love, in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. At the altar of love, all that I am, I offer at the altar of love, in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. The altar of love, in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love, in sweet surrender, sweet surrender.
So we take a moment to just bless these gifts. We bless them so that they do your will and your work, precious Spirit, that unites us together with love and harmony. We know that each giver is blessed through their donation by knowing that God is the source of all their good. We are grateful for each one. We allow it to be. We allow it to nurture us and allow us to know that we are all divinely guided. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. So it is. Let's say our affirmation. All that I am, divine love flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you. Thank you.
And now it's time for invitations. So as Reverend Denise mentioned, the 5 Gifts of Abundant Living begins this Wednesday coming, September 24th, and goes through October 29th there from 7 to 8:30 p.m. in person or on Zoom. Registration table is open in Friendship Hall for that. Are you ready to raise your consciousness of love for the new earth? You are warmly invited to a sacred 3-part workshop led by Ingrid Rajith and the One Illumined Heart Light Workers team, where we'll journey into healing, release, and awakening. All are welcome to attend this transformational experience on Sunday, September 28th, Friday, October 3rd, and Sunday, October 5th. Flyers with full details are available at the Welcome and Information Station. The Fall Women's Retreat is October 3rd to 5th, and registration is still open. Flyers are also at the back at the Welcome Station. The Board of Trustees nominations. The nominating committee is now accepting nominations for Board of Trustees positions beginning January 1st, 2026. Nominations will be accepted through October 4th, per bylaws 2 weeks before the annual meeting. Applications are available by contacting administration. Today's town hall is cancelled. Please, and that's partly because of the men's retreat, right? So mostly because of the men's retreat. So please join us next month for our annual meeting on Sunday, October 19th, where we'll be electing 2 new board members and discussing important community information for our upcoming year at Unity in Lynnwood. This next announcement I'm particularly excited about because as a member of the search committee, it's come finally time where we are inviting candidates to campus. And so please save these dates. We're excited to announce 3 weekends that we've set aside for ministerial candidate interviews: October 11th to 12th, October 25th to 26th, and November 1st to 2nd. While we don't yet know which candidate will be scheduled for which weekend, so there's no names attached yet, we encourage everyone to hold these dates on your calendars. Each weekend will include a Saturday 2-hour workshop, followed by a congregant Q&A, and a Sunday service with another Q&A session after service. We hope you'll join us in person, but rest assured all workshops and services will be recorded for those who cannot attend. And finally, I'd like to invite Karen Breen James up for the gala announcement. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, and guess what? We have 1 month till the Denim and Diamond Gala. We have baskets coming in, and we'll soon have a couple of fun work parties to create more baskets. I'm bringing ribbon and cellophane. Our silent auction is not only baskets, but amazing experiences as well. And our evening will include lighthearted games to play, a fun raffle, great food, and dancing. We are going to learn how to line dance. So don't forget that we also are going to have a wonderful community connection. Dumb denim joke. What did the denim jacket say to the denim jeans? What? Let's button up and zip it. I also found that this denim jacket paired with denim jeans is called a Canadian tuxedo. So I'm in my Canadian tuxedo. And have you purchased your ticket? I purchased mine last night. It's so easy. You just go on unityinlynnwood.org, go to the calendar, click upcoming events, scroll down to October 18, Denim and Diamonds, click and buy ticket buttons, add the number of guests, select your meal, and finish filling in the information. Pay, and you're on your way for a fun evening. And know that this helps support our humanitarian outreach program, our youth and family ministries, our interfaith programming, and the music ministry. Also, the building maintenance and upgrades, which can include the new carpet and the sound reduction in the Friendship Hall. Thank you. Thank you. Get those tickets going.
And yes. Beautiful. Thank you, Karen. What a delight. She's doing a great job putting this together. And I can't believe it's only a month away. It was always months away. And so we got to get the denim going on. And if we're doing line dancing, got to be cowboy boots. I don't even have any, so I'll have to go find some. It'd be great. Thank you, Kelly, for your beautiful music. As always, amazing, beautiful. Thank you, Sally, for your presence here that always inspires us. And Rabbi Ted, amazing, beautiful. So grateful, so grateful. And thank you for being here with us. Your presence matters, and we couldn't have this experience without you. So we're going to end with our statement of faith, and we'll say this together. This is Unity's basic premise. Let's say this together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the infinite, living, loving presence of God. So we have prayer chaplains with us every Sunday, and they are here to pray with you, whether you're facing a challenge or just want to celebrate life and be grateful. And our chaplains today will stand, please. I know Amanda's here. Yeah, and Chris. Great. Thank you. You can recognize them with their blue stoles, and they'll be up front, as they already are. So come find them, and then they'll find a private place for you to pray. If you're online, please send us an email to the email that's on your screen, and we will have a prayer chaplain call you within 24 hours. So what a blessing to have you with us here as well. Grateful if this is your first time, thank you for being with us. If this is your first time online, thank you for being with us. If you're watching it later, thank you for joining us as well. So let's do our closing song.
All right, feel free to sing along if you'd like. Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, as it was meant to be. Here with the ones I love, we are a family. As we move through this world, we move in harmony. When there is peace on earth, we'll live in unity. Let there be peace on earth, let it begin with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, and it begins with me.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for being with us. We have hospitality way in the back. We're grateful for your presence. I'll see you there.